How's it going, everyone? So what I have right here is the latest generation Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 Classic. And most recently, for compatible Galaxy watches, One UI 8 is officially released. And so in this video, I'm going to go ahead and go in depth and show you my favorite tips and tricks and some amazing customization settings you definitely need to enable to really get the most value out of your new Galaxy Watch. So this includes the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic, as we have here, including the latest version of the Galaxy Watch Ultra. So long as you're on, again, One UI version 8, this is the complete video of all the amazing things this watch can do. And of course, I'll be sure to include timestamps of everything in the description down below for your pleasure. So let's quickly start off with the overall controls as well as gesture controls of this watch. So you do have 3 buttons right here. The top one, if a double tap, will take you back to your previously open app. And then if we click on some of these icons, this bottom button is your back button. And another thing I almost forgot to mention, whenever you tap on an app and you like to go back, you don't have to hit that back physical button. You can always just do a little swipe like this, and it'll also take you back. And if you tap once more on the top, will take you back to your home page. Long hold on the top one will activate your virtual voice assistant. So in this case, we have Gemini. But if you double tap the top button twice, this will take you back to your previously open app, and we'll continue doing so. And then the orange button right here, when pressed, this will activate whatever shortcut you program. So in my case, I actually programmed it to start my workout on the elliptical. And then this rotatable bezel allows you to quickly scroll. And then whenever you see a 3-second timer, you could just tap on it once to bypass the timer to immediately start your workout. So that's a quick rundown with the physical buttons, but you also have some hands-free buttons. You see, by doing this little pinch gesture with your finger, this will give you quick access to your tiles. In other words, like your notifications. You can also do other fun gestures like knock knock, like you're knocking a door. So in my case, if I do it again, it'll immediately start my workout category where I could peruse and select whatever workout I like to change. Then whenever receiving an incoming call, you can always do this to dismiss the call. You may also cover the watch to silence the call without having to pick up. So whenever you have a chance, you could grab your phone and actually answer the call. So if you like to enable these gesture motions, it's as easy as simply just going into Control Center and going into your settings right here on the little gear icon, and then just simply scroll down until you find buttons and gestures. From here, this is where you go program the action button and do other things. So if you like to, you can always hit the Samsung Health and actually select the workout so it doesn't just give you the library. But you have other abilities such as the flashlight, stopwatch, water lock, camera control, voice recording, which is new, or remove it entirely if you don't find it necessary. That's how you can program this orange button to do other things. But down here, you can program the home button to do other things as well. And for long pressing, instead of doing the most recent app, you can allow it to do other things. Same goes for changing the virtual voice assistant. If you like to change it to Bixby instead, you totally can. Or the power off menu. But by scrolling down, in the gesture category, this is where you can find the double pinch gesture, which will accept notifications, incoming calls. Or you could do the shake, which is like the wrist flip thing to dismiss notifications or incoming calls. The double pinch gesture can also pause and play your media. And then a knock knock, this is where you can enable to do like an app shortcut instead. So by selecting knock knock, you could change it instead of the workouts to open your most recent app, start a stopwatch, flashlight, turn on water lock, or open up a dedicated app as well. It even shows you the little gesture motion down here too. And you could try it too if you want to get a feel for it before you actually set that up. You could do the same thing on all the other gestures. Just tap on it, it'll give you like a little video demonstration. You could try it and see if you have the gesture down or not. So that's how you customize these unique gestures. Another thing you could do is you can always cover your watch to quickly enable always on display. So that's a quick way to quickly go to your home page and just quickly put your wrist down and proceed with whatever task you were just doing. Now real quick, if you've been enjoying this video so far, if you could kindly hit that like button and like, truly appreciate those because those strongly support the channel. This way I don't have to deal with sponsorship integrating ad segments in my videos. I'm also a viewer when it comes to viewing content on YouTube, and whenever those videos take like a minute or two off my time, it's kind of annoying. So by simply hitting the like button and like, really does support the channel so we don't have to do that. Thank you for those that did that. Let's carry on. Now new for the Samsung in general is the Now Brief section right here. The smartwatch also has something similar, and they call it the Now Bar. And this will typically pop up automatically if you start like a timer or you're listening to media on your main device. So right now I have music as well as the stopwatch running, and on the very bottom over here I could tap this little icon, which will give me quick access to my media, and I could do the double tap gesture as I was showing you earlier to pause and play my media this way as well. But if you like to change it to the now bar instead, so you can switch between everything else that's running in the background, simply just go into your watch settings and go into advanced features right in here, and then scroll down till you find now bar. Here it is. This is where you can change between the two different styles, and we'll show you what's compatible with it as well. So I want my media to show me the icon and text, and as soon as you change one, they will all automatically update. So now if we go back, this is how the new update now bar now looks like. Now when you tap on it, it'll bring you up all the three background apps that are running in the background, and you can switch between them too. So a little customization right there, and I kind of prefer this because I could actually read what's going on there instead of just trying to make out whatever small image that is. Additionally, other things you could do in the home page is take advantage of this new watch face. This new classic style watch face, whenever you like cover your wrist as an example, if your watch detects you're in a dark room, it'll automatically shift to this night mode ability that it has going on, and will automatically shift back if it detects you're in a bright environment. I don't know why it glitched like that. There we go. However, if you wanted to stay like that throughout the entire time, you can always just tap customize right here and go into light mode, and you could rotate it on. This way it stays on regardless, and I think it looks kind of cool. Additionally, a swipe up from the top, as I previously showed you, will activate your apps. But on top right here, this little gray icon will activate your app switcher from here. And you can clear all the background apps from here as well. But if you scroll all the way to the very bottom, you can switch between list view if you like. Which in list view, everything will be out of alphabetical order, as you see right here. But I'm going to go reverse back to grid view. To me, that seems easier. But if you like to customize the grid view, you can always just rearrange them like so. But personally, I find it easier to rearrange when you actually launch the Wear app on your main device on your Samsung. By tapping on app screen right here, you go to the very bottom and you'll discover that you're able to rearrange them, create like a new custom folder by clicking dragging, and you can name it. So I'm putting all the time apps all together so it's more organized. And just like that, we not only rearranged them, but we also added in a folder right here to make it easier to locate certain apps. Additionally, by bringing down Control Center, if you go all the way to the far right and tap the plus, you could rearrange these shortcuts however you like to your own personal preference. You could delete some of these too. But some of the most important ones are that brings crucial features is possibly this pizza graph looking one. By selecting here, you'll discover you have access to sleep mode as well as theater mode. Theater mode is pretty cool because once you select this, if you cover your wrist, all your notifications are not going to come in. And if you look on your device, on your main phone, it's also on theater mode too on the very top, which puts both of our devices in silent mode. So all your incoming calls and stuff like that will not interrupt others in the movie theater. That's a cool little tool right there, and just disable that. Another cool tool to definitely be aware of is the flashlight app. This screen can get really bright, but you could always just dial it down using the rotating bezel, as you see right there. And then if you're wearing thick gloves, you can always enable touch sensitivity right here. And if you ever get your watch wet after a swimming session, you always have access to a water lock right here, which will eject all the liquids from the speakers as well as the microphone. And then on the far right, from icon behind the box, that's your Find My ability. By tapping here, it will pin your device, so it can help locate it faster in case you misplace it. You can allow it to play sound. But if you ever misplace your watch and you're having a hard time finding it, by launching the Find app on your Samsung phone, you can always pin sound so the watch can play sound so you can locate it faster. Now, thanks to One UI 8, the smartwatch finally has Gemini, which means whenever you receive an incoming text message, as an example, you have the ability to use Gemini to make quick replies. Because if you scroll down, you'll see the suggested reply with the Gemini logo. It will instruct you to open up your device, as it does require permission, and just tap OK. By enabling it and going down suggestion replies and enabling it, now whenever you receive text messages off your wrist, it will quickly take that context of the previous text and will quickly generate unique replies. So yes, I'm fully awake, instead of the typical generic yes. Now, snoring tracking is now a feature on the Galaxy Watch now, and you can find this new settings if we go into your apps settings and then go into the health app. If you scroll all the way down to the very bottom and tap on the sleep category, and you scroll down to advanced, it's going to prompt you to launch your phone. So by opening up the phone, unlocking it, you'll see a new feature for snore detection. Enable this, but by tapping on this, you could go down and you can also enable it to record your audio. So if it does detect that you're snoring, it will record that log and it will keep it for a duration of 31 days or your personal preference. And to monitor this, on the Samsung Health app, scroll down till you find the sleep section. Select on it, and right here you'll have the ability to actually see your sleep recording. So right now I haven't done this or anything like that, but for those that do track their sleep tracking, and then you can actually view your recording logs to see if you're snoring or not, and it will monitor it right here. Now, another feature to definitely enable on your watch is in case you forget your phone at home or something like that, so long as your watch has a Wi-Fi connection, it could still receive phone calls as well as text messages. So double check to see if you have this feature enabled. Just keep in mind your watch needs to be connected to Wi-Fi. But so long as you have this feature enabled, it'll give you this remote control ability. So to find out if your phone is set up properly to have this feature enabled, go into the Wear app and go into the watch settings. And from here, scroll down till you find advanced features. Tap on it and then go down to remote control. Make sure that's enabled, but also tap on that category. And it should look like something like this. So make sure you have remote control enabled. And on the very bottom, enable this part because this will allow the phone number to also be forwarded to you. This way you can still pick up calls even after you forgot your phone at home. Now, in the topic of phone calls, if you like to change the ringtone of your watch, you could also do that if you don't have it on silent by going into watch settings and go to sound and vibration. From here, this is where you can go in and actually change the ringtone. And you have a bunch of different styles to choose from too. Unfortunately, you cannot import your own, but this way you don't have a generic one. But while we're in here, if we go back, still in the sound and vibration tab, a cool feature that this watch has can be located in the system sounds. By enabling this, you can enable a ticking mechanical watch sound. So if you take a listen right now, I have it enabled, and it sounds like an old school mechanical watch. It's kind of cool. You can also enable hourly chimes too, in case you like to be notified whenever the next hour has started, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I like having that feature enabled so I don't lose track of time. Now these next ones are some safety features, and they can be located still in this watch setting to be where it says safety and emergency right here. This is where you can not only enable SOS, so automatically toggle it by holding the power button on top, or automatically send a text message to your emergency contacts of your location. But going back out of here, this is where you enable fall detection. So if you have a hard fall and you're not responsive, your watch will automatically get a hold of 911 for you. And then pro tip, since majority of modern day Android phones are now USB-C, if you need to charge your watch in advance, you could always just plug it in directly to your phone and just travel with the puck. You could charge your device this way in case. But there you guys have it. Those are some cool tips and tricks as well as hidden features and a quick overview on how to use your Galaxy Watch to its full potential. If you wish to watch more, maybe you'd like to find out more cool tips and tricks, but this time for the new Flip 7, I cover that in greater detail in this video over there where I go through my favorite tips and tricks that you need to know when setting up your Flip 7 for the first time. Thank you so much for watching.